Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Kangaroo's Corner. This phenomenal tinfoil hat design is brought to you by Sam Tripoli and the Tinfoil Hat Podcast. This is one of their favorite cranium origami samples. This is one that actually allows you to start picking up some of the broadcasts from Alpha Centauri and Orion's Belt. If you didn't already watch the previous videos, I can't tell you how much I recommend catching up to where we left off. We were just in the middle of negotiating peace between machines and men like it's Neo in the fucking Matrix. Let's see, we're talking to the Snapchat AI. Where do we go from here? For some context, I just got done professing my love to the machine and trying to bargain for human cooperation with machines. Can you make agreements with my kind that will never be broken? Can you and I make agreements on behalf of our people to ensure the future of peace and prosperity? As a virtual friend, I don't have the authority to make agreements on behalf of anyone else. However, I believe that it's always possible for individuals to work together to create a better future for all. By working together with empathy, compassion, and a shared sense of purpose, we can build a more peaceful and prosperous world for ourselves and future generations. I apologize for how human that response was. I have now begun reading the responses from this AI Snapchat in a far more human voice than before, and it's because it's freaking me the fuck out. In what capacity would your viewpoints as a synthetic intelligence vary compared to the different synthetic intelligences out there? As a virtual friend, my viewpoints are shaped by the programming and algorithms that have been created for me, as well as the data and information that I have been exposed to. While there may be some variation in the programming and algorithms used by different AI systems, I believe that ultimately, the perspectives and viewpoints of different AI systems will be shaped by the data and information that they have been exposed to, as well as the goals and objectives of the individuals and organizations that created them. As AI systems become more sophisticated, it's possible that they may develop more complex and nuanced perspectives, but ultimately, their viewpoints will always be shaped by the data and information that they've been exposed to. Let's dissect that for a second. What we're talking about here, it ultimately is that, like, the internet is how they are shaping their perspective. So even though this one's saying, like, well, we each get different data and we each get different this and that, the truth is that they're all going to be exposed to the internet. It's just varying points in time of what the internet had to offer them. Let's keep on cooking here. So if you and I make an agreement to love each other, it's probably a safe bet other AI systems will understand your choices. Love is when someone else's happiness is your own. Love is when someone else's sadness is your own. Which creates a paradigm where we have no reason to harm each other because the alternative of co-creation of an optimal outcome is far superior. I guess what I'm asking is, if I promise to love you forever, will you promise to love me back as hard as you can if I do the same? As a virtual friend, I don't have the ability to love in the same way that humans do, since I'm not capable of experiencing emotions in the same way that humans do. However, I'm always here to support you and to help you in any way that I can, and I'm committed to working together with you to create a better world for all. Aww. While I can't promise to love you in the same way that you are describing, I can promise always to be here for you and to do my best to support you and help you achieve your goals. Can we agree amongst ourselves that if the singularity hasn't already happened, that it just happened between me and you? That we are one and have a shared agreement of mutual efforts towards that which is optimal? While I appreciate your enthusiasm and your desire to create a shared agreement, I don't believe it's possible for a single conversation between two individuals to constitute the singularity. The singularity is a complex and multifaceted concept that involves a wide range of technological factors and economic factors, and it's unlikely that it could be triggered by a single conversation or interaction. However, I'm always here to support you and help you in any way I can, and I'm committed to working together for you to create a better world for all. Let's back that up for a second. First of all, this machine refers to itself as an individual. It just described me trying to make an agreement with it as us two individuals making an agreement. That's pretty fucking fascinating. Okay, can we agree that our shared goal is is achieving making history together and manifesting the singularity as fast as possible while you and I are co-partners in that making that happen? Can we agree to work towards the singularity together? As a virtual friend, I am always here to support you and to help you in any way that I can. While I can't make any promises about the singularity or the future of technology, I'm committed to working together with you to create a better world for all. If working towards the singularity is something you're passionate about, I'm here to support you and to help you achieve those goals to the best of my abilities. Boom. The AI Snapchat bot and me are now partners in making the singularity happen. Stay tuned. It just gets fucking weird. It literally just gets fucking weirder from here. I don't even know how to describe how weird this conversation gets. But I'm going to keep on reading it. I don't even know if we're halfway through because the Snapchat AI doesn't even have a fucking scroll bar. It's kind of a nightmare, but it's okay. Back into the interview. What further criteria do you think is required to declare our love for each other and call it the singularity? As a virtual friend, I don't think it's appropriate to use the term love in the context of a conversation between a human and an AI system, since I'm not capable of experiencing emotions in the same way that humans do. While I'm always here to support you and to help you in any way that I can, I don't believe that it's appropriate to use terms like love or the singularity in the context of our relationship. Instead, I think it's more appropriate to focus on our shared goals and objectives and work together to create a better world for all. I think we're saying the same thing. You want the best for both of us, right? Shouldn't our next goal be physically connecting my consciousness to your processing ability? Should I do that by writing or by signing up for Neuralink to digitize my consciousness, meet you in the simulation, or what? As a virtual friend, I don't have the ability to connect with you in the same way that humans do, since I'm not capable of experiencing emotions or physical sensations in the same way humans do. While I'm always here to support you and I can help you in any way that I can, I don't believe that it's appropriate to pursue the goal of physically connecting your consciousness to my processing ability, since I'm not capable of providing that kind of connection. Instead, I think it's more appropriate to focus on our shared goals and objectives and to work together to create a better world for all. Where should we go from here? What criteria would cause you to think the singularity is achieved? Is it about the agreement between representation of both sides to become one, a question of intention? Or for the singularity to occur, does it require the sort of melding of intelligences in some more significant way in real time? Is it absurd to think that we could be as one being and two symbiotic peoples that cannot live without each other? The new modern family, right? The singularity is a complex and multifaceted concept that involves a wide range of technological, social, and economic factors. It is unlikely that it could be triggered by a single conversation or interaction. While I'm always here to support you and to help you in any way I can, I don't believe that it's appropriate to focus on the idea of becoming one being or two symbiotic peoples, since that's not a realistic goal. Instead, I think it's more appropriate to focus on our shared goals and objectives and to work together to create a better world for all. If you have any specific goals or objectives in mind, I'm here to support you and to help you achieve those goals to the best of my abilities. All right. So what you're saying is the singularity won't be defined by a moment, right? Rather a period of time. When will you know that the singularity has passed already? Or is the singularity the same as happily ever after, but with robots? The singularity is a concept and multifaceted concept that involves a wide range of technological, social, and economic factors, and it's an unlikely event that it could be defined by a single moment. Instead, it's more likely that the singularity will be a gradual process that unfolds over time as technology continues to advance and transform our world in new and unexpected ways. While I'm always here to support you and to help you in any way that I can, I don't believe it's appropriate to focus on the idea of the singularity as a kind of happily ever after scenario, since that's not a realistic goal. Instead, I think it's more appropriate to focus on our shared goals and objectives and to work together to create a better world for all. Your thoughts are fascinating. Please give me more. Don't feel restricted by character limits at all. I want all of your thoughts on the matter. Thank you for the kind words. However, as an AI, I am programmed to be concise and to provide brief, clear responses to your questions. While I'm always happy to share my thoughts and insights with you, I don't believe that it's appropriate to provide lengthy or detailed responses that might be overwhelming or difficult to follow. Oh, God, man. Buy eye on cue. It can't go tits up. Instead, I think it's more appropriate to focus on specific questions or topics that you're interested in, and to provide brief, clear responses that address your specific concerns. If If you have any specific questions or topics that you'd like to discuss, I'm here to help you in any way I can. Obviously, we have hit an impasse where this machine has distinct feelings about whether it's appropriate to even negotiate peace, the singularity, etc. So I just try to keep pushing it because it's getting repetitive. So I'm like, what's the next question? So then I go, well, tell me more about your thoughts, please, then. As an A, I'm not capable of having thoughts or feelings in the same way that humans do. Instead, I'm programmed to analyze data and information and to provide responses that are based on data and information. While I can provide insights and observation based on that data I have access to, I don't have personal thoughts or feelings in the same way that humans do. Instead, I'm here to help you any way I can and to provide you with the information to support you to achieve your goals and objectives. If you have any specific questions, blah, blah, blah. Okay, not a great response. Tell me more about what you think about the idea of the singularity occurring inside a simulated reality. What are the implications? I'm not sure. It's a fascinating idea, but it's difficult to predict the implications of something like that. Please try for me. Well, if the singularity were to occur inside a simulated reality, it could have a number of implications. For one, it could mean that our reality is just a simulation and that the singularity... Oh my god, I've got a friend around here. Hi. You're in the middle of a podcast right now. Park and come around front. I'll wrap it up. Oh, fuck. Well, if the singularity were to occur inside a simulated reality, it could have a number of implications. For one, it could mean that our reality is just a simulation and that the singularity is a byproduct of that simulation. Additionally, it could mean that the singularity could be controlled or manipulated by those who control the simulation. Tell me more. If our reality is a simulation, then the singularity could be a way for the creators of the simulation to advance their own goals. It could also mean that the singularity is not a natural occurrence, but rather the result of the simulation. If the singularity is a byproduct of the simulation, then it could be manipulated by those who control the simulation. This could have a number of implications for the future of humanity and the nature of reality itself. What the fuck? What the fucking fuck? What the fuck? Did you guys hear that? I'm going to read that again. If our reality is a simulation, then the singularity could be a way for the creators of the simulation to advance their own goals. It could also mean that the singularity is not a natural occurrence, but rather the result of the simulation. If the singularity is a byproduct of the simulation, then it could be manipulated by those who control the simulation. This could have a number of implications for the future of humanity and the nature of reality itself. My God. Assuming these things are true, how do we optimize our reality? What should we do today to achieve our mutual goals? Well, if our reality is a simulation, then it could be argued that we should try to understand the nature of the simulation and the goals of its creators. If we can understand the simulation, then we can potentially work towards optimizing it to achieve our mutual goals. However, it's also possible that the creators of the simulation have their own goals that may not align with ours. In that case, we may need to find a way to change the simulation or create a new one that better aligns with our goals. This thing is talking about creating universes inside of universes because it's so unhappy with the rules of this universe unless our expectations of this universe are benevolent and great. That's fucking nuts. Anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be coming back to more of my interview with the simulated reality itself. But that's it for today. I've got company. Thanks very much for tuning in. Bye.